Yeah, good evening, Bhavna.
Good evening, ma'am.
How are you?
Fine, ma'am. How are you, ma'am?
Good, thank you. Well, you are in 11th standard, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, till now, what you have studied in chemistry?
Ma'am, like I didn't go for any bridge course or something like that.
Okay. So, you didn't done, even you didn't start the chemistry with.
No, ma'am. Actually, I thought of taking MPC, but suddenly I've shifted to BPC,
What is BPC?
biology, physics, chemistry.
Okay. Okay. It in our language, we call it as PCB or PCM.
Yeah.
Okay. First thing that you have to do is your video should be on.
Okay.
You have which board? CBSE or any other board?
Actually, ma'am, I didn't collect any book
No,
yet.
I'm not asking from the book. You have enrolled in some school also, na?
Yeah, state, ma'am. Sri
State.
Chaitanya.
Which state?
Sri Chaitanya. It's like here itself, Telangana.
Okay, Telangana board. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, the first chapter that we are going to start in chemistry is the basic concepts of chemistry.
My mom is supposed to note down all the notes that you're going to give.
Yeah,
Or you'll be sending the PDF.
no, I will send the PDF, but after the class, when you receive the PDF, then you have to note it down. The only thing is
Okay,
that
okay.
when you write it down, na, then the things will be more and more clear to you.
Okay, ma'am.
That's only the motive that why you need to write if you have PDF.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. In the class, no need to waste the time on the written part. In the last, I will
Okay,
give you some time so that you will go through all the notes that we have discussed in the class. And if you
okay,
found
ma'am.
any doubt in that, then you will ask in the same class so that each class
Okay,
is clear in at the same time. All right.
okay, ma'am.
So the first chapter is some basic concept of video should be on. First thing that I want to ask you that according to you, what is chemistry?
Chemistry is like, I know about this organic chemistry.
Organic chemistry is a part of chemistry.
Yes.
But what is chemistry?
Study about the chemicals, elements,
Okay. What are elements and chemicals made up of?
atoms and particles.
Okay. In the same way that we study in biology, na, that biology revolves around the cell,
Yes.
right? In the same way, chemistry revolves around atoms and molecules. Okay.
Okay.
So we can say that what is chemistry? Chemistry is basically, it is the science of atoms, molecules. And when we say na, that there is some chemical reaction, as you said that when I heard about chemistry, the first thing comes in my mind is that some chemical reaction is happening over there. So if a chemical reaction is happening over there, then I think that there must be something that is going over there. And what is
Yes,
that
ma'am.
something? That something is that atoms and molecules are transforming from one state to another state. That's why a chemical reaction is taking place. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
So I can say that it is the science of atoms, molecules, and their transformations. Clear?
Yes.
I can say that if I found that if I left a coal for a very, 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 very long period of time, what will happen with coal?
Ma'am, as it is a fossil fuel,
It changes to diamond.
yeah,
If we kept it for millions of years, we kept it. So both are the forms of carbon, diamond as well as coal.
allotrope.
Allotropes means the forms of carbon
Um, Diamond,
and coal.
yeah,
Both are
coal.
the forms of carbon, na?
Yes, ma'am.
But if I say that coal is getting converted into diamond, it means there's something happening with coal that's why coal is changing into diamond. It's only that the atoms and molecules of coal is getting transformed to form the atoms of molecules of diamond.
Over
Clear?
time period.
Yeah, it's a very long time period. Like according to us, na, like it is only theoretical because millions of years we don't survive now.
No,
That's why. The first thing that we have to study is the states of matter. What is matter?
it is like around us what we see.
Okay. Anything that occupies space and has mass.
Yeah,
Correct. If I ask you that is air a matter?
air.
If you fill air in a
Yeah,
balloon,
maybe.
if you fill air in a balloon, will it occupy space?
Yeah,
It has mass, either in
no.
milligrams, nanograms, it can be,
Okay.
right?
Yes, ma'am.
There is mass and it is occupying space also. So that's why we call that air is a matter also. So anything around us that we can see and it is having mass and occupies space, we call it as matter.
Okay.
Yeah. Anything. Writing is clear to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. According to you, there are how many types of matter exist in nature?
Three types: solids, liquids, and gases in the form of this.
Any other one? There are 5 states of matter.
Okay.
Solids, liquids, gases, plasma, and Bose-Einstein condensate. Okay.
And what's the last one?
Bose-Einstein condensate.
Okay.
Clear? You have to study
Yes,
about
ma'am.
solid, liquid, and gases. Plasma and Bose-Einstein just give a stop over here. We will
Okay.
discuss it later on. Okay. So, is the concept of solid, liquid, and gas is clear to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Sure.
Yes, ma'am.
If I ask you that I am having a sponge,
Okay, ma'am.
so will it a solid, liquid, or gas?
Solid.
But it changes its shape.
Yeah.
Then
Then maybe like it's
what it should be?
gas.
Is sponge a if you put sponge in any container, will it take the shape of that container? Because according to
No,
the
no.
concept of gases, gases are the ones that have basically that do not have fixed shape and volume, na?
Yes,
But
yes, ma'am.
sponge have its proper shape.
It is a solid, right, ma'am?
Then why it changes its shape? Because according to me, solids do not change their shape.
Maybe an exception.
What exception? Just have a think over it. See,
Ma'am, because
we
it absorbs the water.
so
So that it bulges and when we squeeze it.
Water comes out.
Yeah.
These are the sponges. So, we call it sponges are solids basically. Everything we call solids only when under no external force. The substance retains its shape. In sponge, what happens? If you kept a sponge on a table, it will say remain as such. If you
Yeah.
kept a sponge over the table, then it will remain in the same shape. But
Yeah.
it will change the shape only when you apply pressure on it, when you
Yes.
squeeze it. It means
Yes.
the substance is changing its shape when you are applying the pressure only.
Okay.
Okay. But when you remove the pressure, it regains its own shape. So we can say that anything that has a fixed shape, it is only without the external pressure or change in external condition only.
Okay.
Because if I ask you that, if I say that ice is solid, we all know that ice is solid. But when we change the condition, like when we heat it, what happens with ice? It changes into liquid form,
Yes.
right? So it is solid only when there is no change in external condition. In that case, we call it as a solid. But when we
Okay.
change the external condition, it means
Mom,
it is
then what
changed
is sponge considered as?
solid. Because sponge is changing its shape only when the external pressure is changing.
Okay.
Because at the atmospheric pressure, sponge is sponge. It is not changing the shape. Got it?
Yes, mom.
If I ask you about rubber band,
Yeah.
what is it?
Even it does change the shape when we apply it.
Yeah, when we stretch it.
It's straight. Yeah.
Okay. And when we stretch it means we are applying some pressure over there.
Yes.
Only then it is changing the shape. But when we remove the pressure, it regains its original shape. So we
Yes.
can call that rubber band is
Solid.
solid. So is the concept of solid, liquid and gas is clear?
Yes.
We call anything as solid, liquid or gas only when there is no change in external condition. It can be temperature, it can be pressure or it can be volume.
Okay.
Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. These are the states of matter. I think that no need to go in depth what are solids, liquid or gases,
Yeah.
right? Because
Yes,
from
ma'am.
the initial classes, we are studying that solids have fixed shape, fixed volume.
Yes.
These are the basic concepts. Okay. When we see any matter, basically, what is matter? Basically, that has mass and occupying space. So we can see any matter at two levels. It can be macroscopic level, it can be microscopic level. In the same way, like if I say that a bird is flying over a society, okay? And if a bird is flying over the society and from the height, what it sees that there is a building, there is a building, there is a swimming pool. Only these things will be seen to the bird, right? So this
Yes.
is my macroscopic level. That ऊपर ऊपर से हमने देखा. But if a bird enters a particular house, what it will see? That there is a dining room, there is a bedroom. In the dining room, it is having a sofa and many more things it will see. Got it? So that
Yes,
level,
ma'am.
we call that it is the microscopic level.
Okay.
Is the difference between macroscopic and microscopic is clear?
Macro and micro.
Yeah. Macro is जब हम ऊपर ऊपर से देखते
Like
हैं.
just overall view.
Yeah, overall
And the
view.
detail view is
Micro,
microscope.
micro. That thing we will do in matter. It's an example just to clear that what is macro and what is micro.
Okay.
Clear now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. When we study matter at macroscopic level, we find that matter is of two types. It can be pure substance and it can be mixture. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
If I say that there is a pure substance, so pure substance can be element or it can be compound. All these things we will discuss, that what are these. If I talks about mixture, it can be again of two types. The mixture can be homogeneous and it can be. You found
Heterogeneous.
chemistry as an interesting subject or a boring subject?
Interesting.
All right. Clear?
Okay.
If I say that what is a pure substance basically, pure means what? When mama says that it is pure, then what do you think that?
Like it is not contaminated.
Okay. What does contamination mean to you?
Like it is not polluted or anything like that.
Okay. If I say that your mama has prepared rice, okay, only rice is there, and she's saying that it is not contaminated, it means that you have only rice with you,
Yes.
nothing else in it, na?
Yes.
It is not contaminated. It means that there is only rice, nothing else in that.
It's like ore and a metal.
Ore is different.
Like it is a mixture, right, mom?
Ore is basically that from which we extract the metal, na?
Yeah.
Ore
Then
is
the
that.
metal becomes pure.
There are several processes. In ore also there are some impurities.
Yeah.
So according to pure substance means basically anything that has no other impurity than that of a particular matter. If I say that I am having a pure gold, it means that in my pure gold, there are the atoms and molecules present only of gold only. If I say that I am having water, it means that all the atoms and molecules will be of gold, water only, nothing else.
Yes.
Correct? So pure substance
Yes.
means that I have a fixed composition. If gold is there, it means atoms and molecules will be of gold with a fixed composition. Clear?
Yes, mom. Pure substance is that which has fixed composition.
Yeah. So pure substance has fixed composition. Clear?
Yes.
If I say that I am having matter, element or compound, okay? Element means we have so many elements in the periodic table, right? We see
Yes,
that
mom.
hydrogen, lithium, oxygen, sulfur, these type of elements we have, okay? But when we make any compound, it means that if I say that water is made up of hydrogen and oxygen,
Yes.
okay? If any substance is made up of more than one type of element, in that case, we say that it is a compound.
Yes.
Clear? So element
Yes,
is
mom.
what basically? Element has one type of atom. It has one type of atom. If I say that it is hydrogen, it is oxygen, it is gold, it is silver, it is platinum, anything. Got it?
Yes, mom.
If I say that I am having compound, it means it has more than one type of atom. Like if I say that water, in water I am having hydrogen and oxygen atoms. Also the composition that I say that pure substances has fixed composition, that is in water there will be a fixed composition that hydrogen and oxygen are present in the ratio of 2:1.
Yes.
If this ratio changes, that it will not be water anymore. That's why in the initial phase I have written that it should have fixed composition. Okay. If I say that carbon dioxide, it is carbon dioxide only when carbon and oxygen are present in 1:2 ratio. Got it?
Yes, mom.
What happens in compounds basically? In compounds like hydrogen and oxygen has individual properties.
Okay, compound doesn't have any fixed composition.
Compound
Okay,
has
yeah,
fixed
got it,
composition.
ma'am. Compound is a part of pure substance.
Exactly. These are the parts of pure substances. If I say that in a compound, hydrogen and oxygen is there. Okay. So
Yes.
hydrogen and oxygen both supports oxygen, both supports combustion,
Yes, ma'am.
right? But water, what does water do?
It
It
doesn't.
it doesn't. It opposes combustion. So in pure substance, we can say that properties of any compound can be different from its constituent elements.
Okay, ma'am.
Clear?
Yes.
So we can say that properties of a compound could be different from got it?
Yes, ma'am.
This is about pure substance. Now at next macroscopic level, the next thing that we have to discuss is basically the mixture. In pure substance, it has fixed composition. In mixture, it has no fixed composition. It can be mixed in any ratio.
Okay.
Namkeen mixture, have you seen?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? So when we
Yes,
bought a
ma'am.
namkeen mixture from the market, is it the same when we buy it from the market? Every time.
Ma'am, I
Sometimes like
didn't get it.
there should be peanuts in excess. There's some
There are variety of types.
types of varieties are there. And when we eat mixture, what happens? Maybe in the first bite, I have two peanuts in my bite. In the second bite, maybe there is no peanut in my bite,
Yes, ma'am.
right? It means that the composition is changing each and every time when we have a mixture. So this is the same
Yes.
mixture that we eat at our house.
Compound is different and mixture is different.
Compound is a part of pure substance. Pure substance
Yeah.
is basically the one that has fixed composition.
Yes. The
Correct?
difference between this is like it has fixed and it doesn't have fixed
Exactly.
composition.
Exactly. When it has fixed composition, we have elements and compounds. Element is when it has one type of atom. Compound is when it has more than one type of element.
Mhm.
Okay. In mixture, whenever there is no fixed composition, then we call that it is a mixture.
Yeah.
Clear?
Yes.
So the fourth term that we have is mixture. We can say that it is when two or more substances, because mixture can be made only with minimum of two substances. You can't a mixture with a single substance.
Yeah.
Clear? We have two types of mixtures. One is the homogeneous mixture. Like you have to prepare nimbu pani at home.
Yeah.
It may be possible that when you prepare it at 3 p.m., you add one spoon of salt, one spoon of sugar, and then water in it. Right? And if you
Yes,
prepare
ma'am.
it at 6 p.m., you again will prepare 1 ml of salt, but it will not be same as that you have added in at 3 p.m.
Yes,
There
ma'am.
should be some variation in that. Maybe it is of particles only,
Mm.
right? But
Yes,
when
ma'am.
you prepare nimbu pani, what we find that in each sip we have the same taste,
Yeah.
right? It is not so like in the first sip I am having excess of salt, in the second sip I am having excess of sugar. Is it so?
Yes, ma'am.
It is not so, na? We have the same taste at each and every sip.
Yeah, yeah.
It means that
Yes.
homogeneous is when when two or more substances can be mixed in any ratio, because nimbu pani can be made by adding half spoon of salt and half spoon of sugar, and it can be made by 1 spoon also. Means
There's
in
no
any
particular
ratio,
measurement.
no particular measurement is there, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Homo means when you have a uniform composition throughout, means in each sip you have the same taste. So that is homo.
Okay.
Okay. It means in homogeneous, I can say that uniform composition is throughout. Clear?
Yes.
Second thing in homogeneous is that you can't say separate sugar and salt after preparation.
Yes.
Okay. So in homogeneous, particles can't be separated. Clear? Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Next thing is heterogeneous. Hetero is
Ma'am, is it
like,
like mud in a water is heterogeneous?
yeah, because when we mix mud and water, then what does mud do? It slightly gets settled down.
Yeah.
So at the
Yeah.
upper part, we see a little bit of clear solution, but at the lower one, it is completely opaque.
Ma'am, can we even say like this, like it has only one phase, homogeneous?
Yeah, we can say. Okay, hetero is clear now.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so in hetero, no uniform composition. It is different. And if no uniform composition is there, it means the particles can be separated out by any technique. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
What is suspension? Is it homogeneous or heterogeneous?
Ma'am, is it homo?
Suspension is what? We have three types, na? Solution, colloids, and suspension.
Yeah.
So what are suspensions?
Just forgot, ma'am.
In which the particle size is greater than 1000 nanometer or 100 nanometer is there, in which the particle size is bigger basically. Or
Okay.
even we can say that in which the particles settle down when we left it for some time. The example that you
Okay.
have given, mud in water, is a suspension.
Okay.
So if it is a example of suspension, means the particles are settling down. It means that it is a heterogeneous,
Yes.
right? If I ask you
Yes.
about solutions,
It is homogeneous.
it is homogeneous. If I ask you about colloid is like if you dissolve milk in water,
Yeah.
so it will be homo or hetero, because in solutions it is completely clear, like you can pass the light through it. But if we mix milk in water, can we pass the light through it? No, no, it is opaque,
No, no, ma'am. Yes.
right? But the thing is that it is uniform also.
Yeah.
So according to the
Neither
theories, it is
homo.
homogeneous. But the thing is that milk and water can be separated out by a process that we call as centrifugation, if you have heard about it.
Yeah.
Okay. As the particles can be separated out and the particle size is greater than that of the particle size of solutions, that's why we call that colloid is a heterogeneous solution in spite of having uniform composition.
Exception.
Yeah.
Okay. It
Clear?
has uniform composition, but it is still considered as heterogeneous.
Because the particles can be separated out
Okay.
and the particle
And then
size,
the light can't pass through even.
yeah, concept of
Okay.
Tyndall effect.
Yes.
Tyndall effect happens with colloids, na?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
That's why. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Next thing is when we study about the properties of matter. We have two types of properties of matter. It can be physical properties. It can be chemical properties. Okay. What are physical
Yes, ma'am.
properties?
Ma'am, like, if we talk about physical change, it can be reversed.
Okay. What do you understand
And
by physical change?
physical change is like
Physical change
when
is
it doesn't
basically,
left any like substance, it doesn't create any new substance.
no, it is not so. Physical change is basically when the compound do not loses its original identity. Like if we have water, that is a liquid one. If I change the physical state of liquid state into ice, then what will happen? It will remain the water. H2O is there and in the ice H2O is there.
Yes.
Like its identity remains the same. It's only the physical state that changes.
Yeah.
If you melt a wax, the melted wax and the solid wax, both are the forms of melt. Only the physical state is
Yes.
changing, right? So we can
And
say,
there's no any new substance creating over there.
yeah, no change in atoms and molecules.
Yeah.
We can say this thing also. So physical change is there, like that can be measured or observed without changing identity of composition of substance. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
It can be your color, it can be smell, it can be its melting point, boiling point, and so on. Okay? And the chemical changes
Yes,
are
ma'am.
one, like whose measurement or observation.
Mom, your voice isn't clear.
Like whose measurement or observation requires change in identity of composition of substance, we can say, or require a chemical change to occur. Like if I say that acidity, when any substance releases H positive, then H positive has been removed from the substance, right?
Yes, ma'am.
If I say that combustion, if you burn anything, it means that carbon dioxide and water are released, gases are released,
Yeah.
means something has been expelled out from the substance. So we can say that it is a chemical change. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So now just have a look over these notes, go through it deeply. If you found any doubt, then let me know.
Okay, ma'am. Mom, scroll. Mom, we just studied about this macroscopic and we even have microscopic.
We will do it later on.
Okay.
We will move it step by step, na?
Okay. Okay, you'll be teaching that too.
Yeah.
Mom, can you scroll?
Yeah.
Mom, can you scroll? Pure element has fixed composition and mixture doesn't have fixed composition.
Exactly. This is the major difference.
Okay. Mom, like we talked about the compound, it should be in fixed ratio.
Yeah.
But what about the element?
In elements, there is no ratio. Because if I have gold, then atoms of gold are of gold only.
Okay.
So one atom is there, na? So we can't decide any ratio whenever there is presence of one type of atom.
But like, how can we say it has fixed composition?
Fixed composition terminology is for compounds only.
Okay. Then we can say like it as it is only single substance, we can say it as pure
Yeah.
substance. Okay. Suspension is example of heterogeneous.
Yeah, Bhavna.
Colloidal suspension, heterogeneous.
Yeah, and solution is homogeneous.
Home. Okay. Scroll. Mom, like I didn't understand this statement. Can we measure or observe without changing identity? Measurement or observation requires change in identity.
Yeah, Bhavna.
Mom, I didn't understand this statement. Like, can be measured or observed without changing identity?
Without changing identity means there is no change in the composition of atoms and molecules. I give you the example of water, like in if I say that
Yeah,
I'm having water or ice, in both the phases I am having hydrogen and oxygen. That
then
in the
like,
ratio of 2:1.
okay, mom, I understood that. But in case of chemical,
In case of chemical, if I say that you are having, suppose say, copper sulfate,
hmm,
right? When it is
yes,
hydrated, it is blue in color. But when it is dry form, it is white in color.
yeah,
In both the cases, it is copper sulfate only.
okay.
That's why.
Here it is a change.
Yeah,
Okay, chemical change.
clear?
Yes, mom.
Okay.
Like, can
This
be
is,
measured or observed in the sense like to identify
yeah,
substances as physical or chemical. If there's no change in the identity, it's known as physical.
yeah,
Change in identity, chemical.
correct.
Okay.
Okay. So, any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Today's class is clear to you, na?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. This is all we
No,
do
but
for
this color, smell examples.
color. Like I have given you the example of copper sulfate.
No, ma'am. In case of physical change.
Color is the physical change, na?
Yeah.
Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
So, we will continue in the next class.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, when's
Today's
the next class?
that I don't know.
Okay, I have to ask Manisha.
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Ma'am, you'll be sending the notes?
Yeah, I
Okay,
will
ma'am.
send the notes to Manisha ma'am and you will collect it from
Okay,
her.
ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Uh,
Thank you.